Hey, how's it going? This is Owen. Hopefully you're all doing well out there. And in today's video, we have a review of the newly released Saatva RX mattress. Now you're probably familiar with Saatva if you've been shopping for your mattress online. They are very popular, and the Saatva Classic is one of our all-time favorite beds. As you might have guessed from the name Saatva RX, this mattress is kind of designed for someone who might have a chronic health condition like arthritis, scoliosis, or sciatica. And we're just gonna cover everything you need to know about it, including what it's actually made of. It has some pretty unique construction features, what it's gonna feel like for you to sleep on, how firm it is, how much it costs, and who should think about picking this thing up for themselves. That sounds good and you find this video helpful at all, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that. And make sure you look down below in the description for a full written review of this mattress, discount codes, best list, just a lot of stuff to help you with your online mattress search. But without further ado, let's get into it.
At the Slumber Yard, you know we work real hard to find the right bed for you and save you money on it.
All right, so let's dive right into the review by quickly covering the policy info for the Saatva RX. This is stuff like shipping returns, policies, and warranties. So the first thing this mattress does a little bit differently than a lot of other brands is that it ships for free via a service called white glove delivery. This means that instead of arriving in a box, this bed will show up full size from a local delivery team, and they'll do all the setup process for you, including taking away your old mattress and foundation if you want them to, which is pretty nice. This means you don't have to deal with any of the off-gassing process, and since the bed is delivered full size, you don't have to wait a day or two for it to fully firm up. It's pretty nice to have, and they do offer a full year in-home trial period with the Saatva RX, so you have a very long time to determine if you like it or not and it suits your needs, and if it helps you with those aches and pains. If you decide you don't want the bed within the trial window, you can return it and get a refund. It will cost $99. We have seen a lot more brands institute this sort of return policy. Although the company will send someone out to pick up the mattress for you, it usually gets donated, so it's a pretty easy and painless process. And if you decide to keep the mattress, this bed is backed by a lifetime warranty. So a pretty generous set of policies with the Saatva RX. I think a long trial period like this for a bed designed for aches and pains is something that is really welcome, and I think you'll be able to take full advantage of it. But let's get into the more important stuff now, like the construction of this bed and what it's gonna feel like for you to sleep on. Construction-wise, there are a lot of elements in the Saatva RX that we don't really see with any other bed, including the coils being foam tipped. So this is a hybrid bed that uses coils, which is nice. They'll be extra supportive and durable, especially over the long term. But right on top of each individual coil is a very thin layer of foam to provide some even more targeted pressure relief, which is pretty unique and cool in my opinion. Then right above that, you have another pretty unique layer, which is a microcoil layer. So you have a thin layer of foam, a thin layer of microcoils, and then another thin layer of foam. We don't see microcoils very often either. We've seen it on the Lisa Legend mattresses, and we have seen it on the Helix Elite mattresses. Now, one interesting thing about microcoils is that when you lay down on a bed that features microcoils, you almost get a slight memory foam sensation, which is not really what you'd expect because coils and memory foam usually have the opposite effect. But according to Saatva, this microcoil layer is there to provide body contouring pressure relief, and I think that's exactly what it provides. And then above that, you have some more layers of foam, and then you have a really nice organic cotton cover with some nice tufting going on. So I think the feel of the Saatva RX is very similar to the Saatva Classic, more of a traditional innerspring feel, but with that minor hint of memory foam thanks to those microcoils, even though it doesn't really use much memory foam at all in its construction. The bed also features a zone support design, which we also found to be kind of unique because when we tested it out, the center third of the mattress almost felt a little bit softer than the outer thirds, which is kind of the inverse of what we normally see with zone support. Under the lumbar region in the Saatva RX, there is an additional thin layer of foam that's supposed to provide more support. We don't really see it being not supportive in the center third, it just sort of felt a little bit softer. And speaking of softness, let's talk about the firmness level of this mattress. And in our testing, we found it to be around a flat medium, maybe just a little bit softer than that. It was honestly a little bit hard to dial in the firmness thanks to that zone support design, but according to Saatva, this mattress is more geared towards side sleepers, and so that firmness profile that we observed makes a lot of sense. I think if you are a side sleeper, you'll be getting some really nice pressure relief for your hips and your shoulders, yet a really good amount of support as well. If you are a back or stomach sleeper, this bed might not be ideal for you, especially if you are a back sleeper or stomach sleeper who has those chronic health conditions. But it should still work decently well if you're a combo sleeper, probably most ideal for side sleepers though. Let's briefly mention a few important items for couples, namely edge support and motion isolation. I think you'll be able to agree on the firmness and feel of this bed, especially if one of you has one of those health conditions. The outer perimeter of the mattress actually features extra reinforced coils, so the edge support is quite strong, no worries there. The motion isolation is also pretty solid, especially for a hybrid bed. From what we've observed in the past, microcoils tend to actually improve the motion isolation as opposed to harm the motion isolation, although it's not going to be the absolute best option for light sleepers overall, thanks to those other coils. And then let's talk about pricing. Based on everything I've said, you might expect this bed to be pretty expensive, and you would be correct. A queen size retails for around $3,300 before any discounts. Once you do factor those in, it should come in somewhere between $2,800 and $2,900 depending on the time of year, which is definitely more in that luxury tier. Make sure you look down below in the description for up-to-date pricing and discounts on the Saatva RX. Mattress prices change all the time, so make sure you look down there for the most up-to-date stuff. This price is as when I'm recording this video. And that leads us to the question, who should consider the Saatva RX? And I think that is a pretty easy question to answer. If you have chronic aches and pains, or you have a health condition like sciatica, scoliosis, arthritis, something like that, and nothing you've tried in the past has really helped you, I think this is going to be a pretty compelling option. It's generally very comfortable, it has a nice accommodating firmness level, and it has some really unique construction elements that we don't normally see that are specifically designed to help with those health conditions. Whether it will or not is going to be pretty subjective, but you do have a very nice long trial period to really try it out and see if it works, and if it doesn't, you can return it pretty easily, although it will cost you a little bit. But in the grand scheme of things, a $3,300 queen size mattress versus a $99 transportation fee isn't all that expensive. So hopefully you get it, you try it out, and it does improve your quality of life, which is exactly what Saatva is hoping for with the Saatva RX. But let us know what you think. Write us down below in the comment section. We'd love to get your thoughts. And again, tons of stuff in the description to help you with your online mattress search, so be sure to take a look down there. If you found this video helpful or interesting in any way, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate that. It helps us out quite a bit. But that's going to do it for me. This is Owen. I'll see you in the next one.